What is up, flock? Feenix here, and welcome back to the Farming Sim 17 FS911 video. So I didn't plan on making this video this week, but I hit like the ground running on Saturday, and I was just knocking stuff out left and right. I found my list from before I moved of everything that needed to be done to the existing trucks that I had, and like I just start knocking stuff out left and right. Well, I should say Friday night and Saturday, or Friday and Saturday. In those 2 days, I completed 2 trucks, which are these two, and then I'm currently working on the tanker. But I figured I would do a video showing you guys the finished trucks and talk about what we have left to do and future plans for Featherville, because there are definitely future plans for Featherville. But you know, I'll shut up and we'll just jump into it. So let's check out the first first truck I completed, which is Engine 8 here, which is this old Mac. Now you saw that correctly. Here, let's get a better view here. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. All right. So Engine 8, let's talk a little bit about it. So Engine 8, I found this picture. Someone I follow on Instagram. It's Landover Hills or Landover Mills, one of the two. They have an old Mac engine, and I love it. And then it had the stacks on it. It was blowing black smoke, not the exact same stacks, but I mean, this truck's not 100% accurate to that truck. It was just heavily inspired by it. So this is what I came up with, and I freaking love this truck, man. I can't stress enough how much I freaking love this thing. It is just, it's probably one of this in that velocity, and I know I'm saying it, and I'm the guy who hates the velocity so much. They're growing on me, but I still hate them. Some of my favorite stuff I've done. The only thing that tops it would be like 54 and Tanker 50, which still aren't complete, but like these two are like, it got me back into it, because the problem with doing the Harrington trucks is I'm trying to get them so damn accurate, and it's frustrating and exhausting, and it gets very I don't know, like taxing, I guess, to the point where I stop. So with this, I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted, and then I could get you guys involved, get your guys' opinion. So it's not all left up to me, and that's why I've really enjoyed working on this department in particular. But this truck is just so freaking awesome. So this truck started off as this. This is it. Farmtown, yeah. I was about to say Farmville. Farmtown water support, I believe is, yeah, water support. And I didn't put that up there. Okay, we gotta come up with a nickname for it. Maybe that's be my next post, my next idea. But anyway, it started off as this. Is same pump and everything. I switched the bed on it though. We had this bed on it. I took this bed off because this is more accurate to what they're using on that Landover. Like this is kind of looks almost like it. So I was like, okay, we'll take the bed off this and put it on there, and shoo, it turned out looking real good. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. It's because I hit reverse before I shut it off. But yeah, so took it. I've made it put a little bit more detail into it, and I think it just turned out freaking awesome, man. I love it. But so we also added the stacks to it, which again, the Landover truck has stacks. I think they're the same, but they're pointed backwards, or maybe they're at a 45-degree angle. I'm not 100% certain. And then we put the AC unit on top, like they have on the actual truck. So, but yeah, we'll start it up. all the lights work. That was one. That's my least favorite thing to do is freaking lights. We have. I don't know why that's there. I forgot to take that off. Whoops. But we have sides and back. Yeah. And then we have our emergency lights. Look at that. Oh, I love this truck. And of course I added the new exhaust because I want this thing, because in the Landover truck rolls coal filler, so I had to make this thing do the same, and God, it's so awesome. Look at that. And then I've switched the sirens. I think that's the sirens I'm going to use on this whole pack. But yeah, look at this. This is so freaking awesome. And I think that's the horn we're going to go with all of them. Or maybe they all have their own unique horns. Oh, I also changed the color of the Bulldog on front. It's no longer silver. Excuse me, get out of the way. But yeah, it's officially done. So this one can be back in to the station. Let's go ahead and hop out. Open this bad boy up, and it can be back in. Alright. Go ahead and close that. And then we'll move on to our next completed truck, which is the Squad 8. So this truck was heavily inspired by two trucks, actually. Camden, Wyoming's Squad 41, and then Houston's Rescue 52. So that is kind of a mismatch of both of them. And we'll see. We'll take over here, show you guys where it started from. So I know what you're saying. You're like, that doesn't look like either of them. That's that truck. But as I was editing this truck to make it this here, I saw that there was a whole velocity cab just sitting in it, because this was edited here. We'll take a look at it. This was edited from the Marhowie. I'm thinking that's what that one, the Marhowie tanker that I believe Cody did it. But that whole velocity cab was just sitting in the files. I was like, you know what? I'm constantly being made fun of because I don't like the velocity cab. All right, over in Jesse's Discord, all those guys, every time something about velocity is talked about, you know, I get just railroaded. They pick on me because I don't like the velocity cab. But I was like, let's just make a velocity. And like I said, they're starting to grow on me because I really like Houston's Rescue 52 and Camden's Squad 41, and then I just recently I saw Greenwood's engine 78.4, which is a velocity, and I gotta say they're starting to grow on me. I'll just include all the pictures of these trucks here or in the video as I'm talking about them. But so I took that velocity cab and I put it on this bed here, which was from the Miranda Hills pack, and as you can tell, I switched out all the roll-ups for these cabinet doors. Now I couldn't I thought I crashed. The roll-up texture is actually built into the bed, so I couldn't get rid of that. But you don't notice it from afar, which is what I'm banking on. It does bug in the shadow or at night. You can't see it. It does bug me, but I really didn't want to take the whole bed. I guess what I could do actually is just I can definitely jerry rig that like I did with this rescue over here. I could probably totally definitely do it, which I might just end up doing. I took just blocks and made it look like there is a window there inside, but there's not. Let's see. Can you see it? You can kind of see it better here. So I might just do that and see if that looks better. So it might not be complete yet. It's complete to me, but if it bugs me enough, I might go back and try that. But anyway, so it has all of its lights. All down the side here. It has its turn signals. It has reverse lights, brake lights, emergency lights. Go in reverse here, Terry. Sirens. And horn. Okay. So we can go ahead and back this one in as well, because it is for the time being complete. Raise that door. Back her on in. Can we back it in straighter? There we go. Good Lord. And we shut the door on that. So, let's go by what we have left to do. So first thing first is we have Tanker 8. This is the next one I'm working on completing, because this is the next post note. Basically, I took a post note and wrote everything I needed to change on them, and I'm still finding stuff that I have to add to the list. I have 3 more left. I have Tanker 8, Rescue 8, and then Brush 8, and then I have to work on the ambulances and all that jazz. So yes, I have Tanker 8 next up. I still need to work on the side light patterns. I don't know. I thought I changed this. I did get the front lights. They're now toggleable. I have to add the big Gulf logos. I have to figure out if I got those, or like I can't remember if I did a post on where I should put them. But yeah, we'll do all that. Gotta figure out lights here on the back. There's no emergency lights on the back. What's it? Oh, these here. We gotta figure those out. I have to redo the line there on the bed. I have to get the default lights working because I don't have them working currently. And the traffic advisor, because there's nothing on the traffic advisor, which I'll probably just copy and paste the one from the squad over to it. But then it'll be done. So again, this is how it started off, which I don't think the lights, oh, it didn't line up. That's right. So I got to move all those back in place. The backlights line up. But this is how it started. This is where it's at now. Now for the rescue, the rescue's probably the furthest from being done. That's currently started. Like, I still have to do the ambulance and utility, and the chief vehicle is in progress. We'll take you over there in a minute. But the rescue, I have to finish the textures, of course. We have to get all that jazz on here. Default lights, does it not have? Okay, no. We gotta remove the Mars light. We could do the emergency lights. I think I fixed that. Let's see. F5. I think I did. Let's see. Probably not. No, I didn't. Okay, so I gotta remove. I forgot to uncheck the rigid body for the door, so there's a collision there. So I gotta do that, and then the siren. So not as much. Actually, I think it's got less work that needs to be done. I guess the texturing is probably gonna be the thing that takes the longest, but I think it might actually have a shorter list than Tanker 50. And then of course we have the brush over here, which I need to switch the light bar, remove the front light, and sirens. Maybe we keep this light bar. Yeah, I think I definitely want all that front light there. I think I definitely want either the light bar I put on the Mac here, or the light bar I put on. I might do the one I put on the Tanker. I think that might look good over there on it. So there's that. Ambulance. Oh, I figured out what I want to do. I want to use this one here for the time being, or maybe I was supposed to do a poll on that. I don't know. For the time being, unless something cooler comes out, I was thinking about doing this as the reserve. I have a whole storyline in mind, and basically this would fill in for Engine 8 until the Engine 8 replacement is done. So I have a whole storyline that I'm going to post. Try to do the story stuff that these guys kill it in Jesse's Discord, the TLO Discord, where they do the stories and everything. So I was going to try to come up with my own there and go on from there. But out of the poll, which I'm kind of sad that this one didn't win, but this one here won the poll. So we're going to use this one as the ambulance for the time being. Essentially, we're just going to paint it up. Well, we might switch the paint job, and we'll show you what I'm thinking in just a minute. But this would be the ambulance, and then eventually it would be upgraded to 2 of these. So that is the plan with that. I haven't started. All I did was take the existing texture and paint it the Featherville colors, and haven't done anything with it since. So that is a work in progress. But one last thing to show you before we end the video here is the chief vehicle, which I think is sitting over here. Let's see. Yep, it's over here. So I put a post up, and the Durango won. So I didn't want to just go right off with a new Durango. I wanted to, again, do a storyline. So I figured we'd do an old Durango, and then eventually upgrade to the new Durango. So this is what I have so far with it. It is a... I don't think we've seen a Durango like this. But yeah, it's somewhat done. There's some work I have left to do with it. I'm kind of set on the paint job. The way it's being, I put the tag on. This tag is kind of how the Delaware fire truck tags are. It's not the exact font, but it works. They're white with red lettering. I know it kind of looks orange, but it's not. I just blacked out the interior. I didn't want to put too much detail into this, but yeah, here it is. And like I gotta take those lights off. I just want the light bar on this, or maybe we'll put. I don't know if I want to put lights in the grill or not. I don't know, but I was thinking just this light bar which came off that truck, but it's kind of in the truck. If I lift it up, so maybe I have to find a different light bar for this thing, because I want something to look old. Maybe we'll have to shop around for one. See what we can find off something else. Maybe we just put. Let's see. Let's go drive over here. maybe we just put this light bar on it. I think that would look good. I don't know, let me know what you think. Because this one kind of sticks into the roof. This thing actually, now I'm looking at it, I think it might be a little, or maybe it's because it's sitting on a hill. It might sit a little low in the front end. Maybe we have to jack up the front end a little bit. I don't know, you guys let me know. But this is going to be the current command vehicle. If you need like a size comparison here. Here's it up next to Jesse's Tahoe. I think it might be a little bit big compared to the Tahoe. It might be. I don't know. Anyway, it's not. It's temporary. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna stick around. I had this more in scale with the Durango it came from. It's a little bit bigger than the newer Durango, which I was using for Lynchburg. I felt like that was how it was supposed to be. But well, I don't know. You guys let me know. But anyway, I'm just rambling here. So yeah, we have to finish this up. We have to finish the tanker. We have to finish the rescue brush, and then the ambulance situation. Then we're going to start working. I've already started working on engine aids replacement. I know what it's going to be. I'm not going to tell anybody because people have seen what I'm working on in just Discord. Again, I post somewhat in my Discord, but I post a lot more of what I'm working on over in Jesse's Discord. So if you're not in the TLL Discord, I recommend joining it. It's not just for mods. You can download, see what people are working on and stuff. And people are working some really cool stuff. So highly recommend it. But that's going to do it for me. If you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like down below. It does help me out so very much, and I do appreciate it so very, very much. If you guys do want to see future Farming Simulator 17 FS91 videos, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you guys want to be notified whenever I do a live upload video, click that notification bell. Guys, thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.